Welcome to 2018 Cult members. We are going to do the top 3 most anticipated movies of 2018, and we just saw Black Panther trailer. I'm ready to go. The tickets bought. Let's go. Go. Begin. Hello, cult members. Welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And that's right. This is our first episode of 2018. And some people just got home from work. We're going to do a camera shift in the middle here. So many people just got home from work, and I've been doing trailer reactions and watching Black Panther, and
While I'm slaving away.
for us to have money for Comic-Con. Or maybe buy groceries. One of the two.
Right.
But yeah, we're going to do, starting with the new year, we're kind of doing some things a little bit differently. We're going to do some more content stuff, some new show ideas, new episode ideas, and then like more standalone movie reviews. And then our weekly show, we're going to pick 1-2 topics to talk about, that kind of thing. And this week's topic is anticipated movies.
Of 2018.
Of 2018. Now, we're not going to cover everything. Because then we'll be here for hours and hours and hours, and that's not the point. And we're not going to talk about Black Panther or Infinity War because duh. I mean, I'm wearing my freaking Marvel shirt. I mean, duh. So these are our her top 3, my top 3, and then we're going to have some honorable mentions in there somewhere. So, you ready?
Yeah.
And, well, why don't you do one and I'll do one.
Okay.
And then you do one and I'll do one.
Okay. So my first one is The Girl in the Spider Web, which is pending release date, anticipated release date of October 19th. And this is in the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo
That's right. Yeah.
universe, but it is not one of the 3 books that Steg Larsson wrote.
Okay.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Oh my gosh. I just worked 12 hours. I can't think of anything. Anyway, the 3 that he wrote, he died. Like, he died before the movie even got out. So these were picked up by, Girl Who Played with Fire and Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest.
Yeah.
I've read them all. I just can't think. These were written by David Lagerkrantz. Swedish names.
Larkin, Cranston, Drucci, Birkin,
and he did Girl in the Spider's Web and An Eye for an Eye. And so they kind of decided not to do the Steg Larsson ones and just pick up with these. So
and now Daniel Craig and
Mina Maya
aren't coming back, right?
No. So it's again Swedish names, Norwegian names. Sverre Gundensen, who played in Born McEnroe. He was Born.
Yeah.
And then so he's going to play Michael Bloomquist, and then Claire Foy, who is Elizabeth in The Crown.
Okay, yeah.
Is going to play Elizabeth Salander, which is interesting. I mean, she's pretty, she's Elizabeth, and so she's proper, and Lisbeth is tattoos and piercings, so this will be interesting. But I really liked the books. I haven't read these 2, but I like the other ones, and I like the movie. I
haven't done any of the books, so I need to get on that.
Yeah. So
maybe that'll be next in my Audible line.
So I'm excited.
Excited for that one.
Yep.
My first pick is also a book adaptation, and that's Annihilation. Now I just got done reading, listening to Annihilation, which was the first book in a 3-book series written by, I'm going to move the camera here for a second, written by Jeff Vandermeer. And it's a 3-book series. It's Annihilation, Area X, and Flatlands, I think I can't remember what the last one is called off the top of my head. But this is a very different kind of view of a sci-fi fantasy kind of thing. It's the book itself is very it's a very odd kind of book that I'm used to. It's a journal, and it's told in the first person, writing a journal, and it just picks up from them doing all this stuff. But if you've seen the trailers, it's got Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac and Benedict Wong and Tessa Thompson and a bunch of named people. And Natalie Portman really doesn't do a whole lot of stuff. And when she does, she puts everything she has into it. And so that particular character in that book is very... she's a biologist, very, very smart, but very introspective, very much not interactive with people, although she is married in the book, and she's supposed to be married to Oscar Isaac, who's can be very flamboyant and stuff. I mean, just look what he did with Apocalypse and Suburbicon, the character he played in Suburbicon.
Well, I mean, a biologist you would think would be kind of more of an introspective introvert kind of person.
Yeah, but she's even more than what you would think as a normal scientist. She's very content in going and looking at a pond and watching the life of a pond. And so, and then the story itself is about this area being encompassed by some wall and evolution changing behind this like force wheel. Maybe aliens. They haven't told it. In the books they haven't talked about it. But I'm really interested in this because you'll see a theme with all of my movies. But I just love sci-fi, and this is kind of a sci-fi fantasy. So very interested in that one. So what's your next one?
Cool. So my next one is The Equalizer 2.
We just watched it again this weekend.
Yes.
So good.
Yes.
So good.
And when we watched it the first time when it came out, we were like, oh my God, I need more of this world right now.
Yes.
It's coming out August 3rd. Antoine Fuqua is coming.
Who did the Magnificent Seven. Magnificent
Seven.
Right.
Right. Yeah, he's a great director. Denzel Washington is coming back, of course, because he is the Equalizer. And then Pedro Pascal and Bill Pullman are going to be in the new one.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, we really liked the first one. And it was one of those movies that when it was over, you were like, I don't want this to be over. I want there to be more.
Yeah.
So
very much John Wick, the same thing I felt when at the end of John Wick.
Yeah.
And, I made jokes about I'd love to see Denzel Washington's in that universe with the accountant, the Ben Affleck accountant. Like he needs to walk by the Continental or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Is that your second pick?
That's my second
So
pick.
my second pick is God Particle. God, that's its working title right now, but this is the third movie in the Cloverfield movie universe. If the first Cloverfield movie was essentially Alien King Kong in New York, and it's all
first person or
handheld. It's all handheld. Very interesting movie. It was kind of one of the first movies to do that kind of handheld shaky cam
found footage. That's what
found
they call
footage.
It.
Yeah, found footage. There you go. And there was a kind of a stretch there where they were doing a bunch of found footage, and this was probably the best outside of Blair Witch.
Yeah.
But just I love that movie, and then we actually own it. And then last year, the year before last, 10 Cloverfield Lane came out, and everybody's like, "Is this in the Cloverfield universe?" And it's completely different outside what happened in the first movie, and you get a great performance by John Goodman. How did he not get nominated for an Oscar?
Super creepy.
Oh, so good. So this is the next movie in that universe, and it's supposed to happen in space.
Okay.
So is it them finding the... No, I don't want to link my phone to my computer right now. Is it going to... be the alien, they find the alien and it crashed, that's how it crashes and stuff like that. I don't know, there's nothing else out on it. It's got Daniel Borla, of German words. He played Baron Zemo in Civil War, and he was also Nicky Luda in Rush.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he's in it, and then what is her first name? It's Elizabeth Debicki, who played the gold chick in Guardians of the
Guardians of the
Galaxy,
Galaxy. Yeah.
whose name I didn't write down because it was impronounceable for me. I struggled with Debicki. I'm sure that's not right. And she was also the big bad in Man from U.N.C.L.E. But there's a bunch of
Right.
other people set in space. I'm really interested in that.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
hadn't heard anything. I mean, I knew it was coming out, but I
yeah,
hadn't
yeah.
heard anything about what
And
the
that's supposed
premise
to
is.
come out in April.
Oh,
So yeah,
they've been
Annihilation's in February, the same weekend as the weekend after Black Panther, and then
so they've really kept that under
yes,
wraps.
and which is the same thing they've done in the last two Cloverfield movies.
Yep. Yep. But then lots of Easter eggs that you can
Yes,
follow up on the
yes,
internet.
yes.
Okay.
Your third?
So my third, um, it's a bit of a softball, but Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
I was gonna put on my list. So okay, all right.
I'm actually, I never physically read the Harry Potter books, but I am
Right.
listening to them on audiobook right now, and really loving them. I'm almost like I think I might just start all over again when I'm done. But and we really, I know a lot of critics didn't like the first one. Whatever,
Because they're high.
you're wrong. um, and going back and listening to the books now, there's a lot of stuff that they don't include in the movies because you just can't include everything in a book in a movie.
Right.
That you're like, oh, that's the the book. There's a book called Fantastic Beasts
And where to find them.
and where to find them in that they require the kids to get 1 year, and there's a lot of references back and forth. So Eddie Redmayne, of course, Catherine Waterston, Dan Fogar. It's
Pretty
a
mu-
carriage house.
Pretty much everybody's coming back.
It's a carriage house, not a garage. And Zoe Kravitz is playing Letta Lestrange, and then Jude Law as Dumbledore, which super excited about that because we
Yeah.
like Jude Law anyway.
Anyways,
in
yeah.
just about anything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as soon as they cast him, we're like, duh.
Yeah.
Of course he's gonna be
Of course he's Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Of course he's young Dumbledore.
Dumbledore,
And if I read correctly, there's a relationship between Dumbledore and Grindelwald, like a sexual relationship between the two of them. They are gay lovers essentially.
Okay, well,
so
and
that
that's
would be. I'm interested to see how they handle that storyline too.
that's interesting because so the part that I'm at right now in the books is I just started the last one, the Deathly Hollows,
Mhm.
and he's died, right?
Right.
And there's this whole thing about it's like a story, a lore about him and Grindelwald, and like they had some famous fight or something, and now the chick that writes the not always true articles for the I can't remember what her name is, but she's like the journalist or whatever, and
Right,
she tells
right.
a lot of tall tales. He's just read an article where she's doing a tell-all book where she's going to talk about the
Why-
relationship
Right.
between the two. So that's interesting. We'll see if they bring it up in the book.
it'd be. I'm super excited about that one, and I actually was gonna put it on my list, but I was kind of pretty sure you were gonna put it on yours, so I'm all right with that.
All right.
My third pick this year, again, it's kind of a softball for me. Pacific Rim Uprising, giant Jaegers versus giant kaiju. They're bringing a bunch of the people back. Charlie Hunnam is not coming back, which I'm kind of upset about, but understand.
Yeah. He told his story, I guess.
Yeah, his story is kind of done. John Boyega is the big main person in this, and he is actually the son of Idris Elba's character in this, and Scott Eastwood's going to be in it, and then Rinko Kukachi, who played Mako. Miko
Miko?
is coming back, and then Charlie Day and Bern Gorman are coming back too, who play the two doctors who go back, Newt and Herman and stuff, and they go back and forth. And I'm really happy that they're coming back because they're kind of the comic relief, you know, but serious, but kind of comic relief.
Yeah.
But as soon as they started showing trailers, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm ready. So those are my 3 picks. That's her 3 picks, and then we're gonna have some honorable mentions in here, stuff that we're excited about, but some of it will be very obvious, but you know, whatever. So
Yeah, like you said, we didn't pick. You know, I didn't pick the
Ant-Man and the Wasp, yeah.
or the Han Solo
or
project, whatever they're calling that movie.
Solo, a Star Wars movie.
Whatever, Solo Cup. Jurassic World is another one that we didn't pick. Deadpool 2. Those are all like obvious. Of course, we're excited for those.
Right.
So the honorable mentions that I have. So the 1517 to Paris.
Yeah, the Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we've always liked Clint Eastwood's movies. I've always liked Clint Eastwood's movies. I had no idea it was coming until we saw a trailer for it, and it looks really good.
And so the 3 guys who were actually on the train too.
Yeah, the guys
are actually playing themselves
in the movie. Yeah,
that's really
so I thought that was cool. Chappaquiddick, the movie about
we were talking about that
Teddy
the other day.
Kennedy's killed somebody. That's interesting. I just, I like the Kennedys, and I think that the story, it'll be interesting to see their take on it, because the Kennedys were a big family then, and so nobody really knows if the story that even we get today is what really happened. Right. And then the guy playing Teddy is, I can't think of his name, and I didn't write it down, but he's in a bunch of stuff that
we actually, I think when we in the trailer, we're like, he's playing Teddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
It works.
It works. Yeah, it totally works.
Sicario 2. That's kind of
was on my list.
Obvious. Yeah. And then so this one I had no idea about until I started researching for this. It's called Unsane, and it's a Steven Soderbergh movie. It's a horror movie that he filmed on his iPhone.
Oh, I knew he was doing something, but I didn't know it was that, or it was a horror film.
Yeah.
But I knew he was doing something on his iPhone.
And it's not. I don't think it's supposed to be like. I think it's supposed to be more of a psychological kind of horror, not spiders or clowns in the sewer or whatever. But that's coming out in March, and that was just intriguing to me. I haven't heard a whole lot about it, but the idea.
I knew that he was that something like that was happening. I hadn't put all the pieces together yet and stuff.
Yeah.
A couple that I didn't put on my list, but I'm really interested. Alita: Battle Angel. With Christoph Waltz, based off the graphic novel, directed by Robert Rodriguez. It's getting flamed already because her eyes are wrong. I don't know. It looks fucking gorgeous, and I love that kind of setup.
And it's Robert Rodriguez, and it's Christoph Waltz. So
I'm gonna be in, and it's sci-fi, so of course I'm gonna be in. Ocean's 8.
Maybe.
I've been really super hesitant about being excited about this, but after watching the trailer, kind of starting to hear some of the premise and what's going on and everybody who's in it, I'm going to be in. And then the other one that I wasn't really excited about until I watched the trailer, and I did a full trailer reaction today, was Red Sparrow with Jennifer Lawrence and Joel Edgerton. The first trailer, I talked about this in the trailer reaction. The first trailer we got was kind of a teaser. It looked like the origin story for Black Widow.
Yeah.
And it looked like Jennifer Lawrence trying to play Black Widow is what it looked like. But this is a spy film, and so it's outside of my top three types of movies are sci-fi, heist movies, spy movies are like my top 3. So I'm getting all of that kind of going on. There's also tons of other movies that are coming out this year that we're going to talk about as we go along throughout the year. Some stuff, like she was talking about Deadpool and all that stuff. We're excited about it, but we're going to talk about it a bunch. We wanted to talk about these movies outside of Fantastic Beast and and Pacific Rim, because we're going to talk about those a lot, I think.
I don't know that either of those are going to be high on anybody else's lists.
I don't think so. So, and if you've seen some of the other stuff that's coming out, everybody's talking about all the other stuff that all the Marvel stuff and all the Star Wars stuff and all that.
And yes,
Aquaman and all
Venom.
that, Venom and all that stuff. Everybody's talking about all that stuff. So we want to talk about some of the other stuff that's coming out. So that's our most anticipated list for 2018. I hope you guys are ready for this journey that we're going to go on this year with expanding what we're doing and bringing more content and stuff like that to the next year. We would ask a couple of small favors while you're here. Like our video. And leave us a comment. Tell us what you're thinking about how we're doing either on this episode or on the channel as a whole, each episode, that kind of thing. Also, subscribe to the channel, but really most importantly, share with your friends. Ask them to come and join us in this conversation and stuff, and let's build a community together as much as we can. You can also get a hold of us on Facebook at the Pop Culture Cult. We're PopCultureCult1 on Instagram, and we're at Pop_Cult1 on Twitter. We're also on the Stardust app. I've been on Stardust all afternoon with Red Sparrow and Black Panther. I just watched the end of the draft day, and I've been talking to some people. I've been on it all day. It's a great community to hang out on. You can do 30-second reactions. Just download it from the App Store. It's really easy. It's free. Follow us first. It's pretty awesome. So, ready for this? Ready for the year?
It can't be worse than last year, I hope.
My wife needs a shower and a bedtime. And until next time, good night now.